This tiny leaf can become dark black tea, green tea, white tea, or oolong, and even matcha powder, which has become famous all around the world. But here's the surprising part. All of these types begin with the exact same plant. So how can a single leaf become so many different kinds of tea? The story begins with one plant called Camellia sinensis. Its leaves don't become black or green tea simply because they're picked. What happens to them after they're harvested is what makes all the difference. And the most important word in this story is oxidation. For black tea, the leaves are allowed to undergo more oxidation. They change, become darker, and develop the strong flavor we recognize. Green tea, on the other hand, is processed quickly to reduce oxidation. That's why it keeps its green color and its distinctive flavor. Then there's oolong, a type of tea that falls somewhere between black and green tea when it comes to oxidation. But the final result can vary greatly depending on how it's processed. And then there's white tea. Its story is a little different. It's usually made from young buds and leaves with relatively minimal processing. That's why it has a lighter character and a very different appearance. But wait, what about matcha? Matcha isn't a new plant, and it's not a completely different type of tea. It's essentially green tea, but the leaves are dried and ground into an extremely fine powder. And instead of drinking only the water that touched the leaves, you're actually drinking the leaf itself. But there's another common misconception. When we say mint tea or chamomile tea, we're using the word tea in a general sense. Botanically speaking, these aren't actually types of true tea, because true tea comes from Camellia sinensis, mint, chamomile, and ginger, on the other hand, are herbal drinks made from completely different plants. True tea naturally contains caffeine, and the amount can vary depending on the type of tea and how it's prepared. And when it comes to claims that tea is a miracle cure or a guaranteed way to burn fat, that's where we need to stop. Scientific research is studying the relationship between tea and health, and some findings are certainly interesting, but that's very different from saying that tea can cure diseases or magically melt away fat. And in the end, who would have imagined that this tiny leaf could create such incredible variety? The same plant. Different ways of processing and drying, and an entire world of tea.